been in a bit of a pickle lately where I'm trying to take, here, let me undo it. Oh, I'm undoing everything I just did. Wow, it's okay. But I've got this CMS, the CSV file. And the CSV file has a bunch of channels that I'm trying to import, and each channel is associated with like a state that it's available in and a various package as well. And so like I don't want to have to go into Webflow here and type in all the packages and assign each package to each one of these just because the formatting in here is off. Because I've already tried importing it, and the way this is done now with these brackets and parentheses, or the brackets and apostrophes, it's not working. And I had this thought that came to mind, and I don't know if anyone's ever thought about this, but I'm sure somebody has. But you can do this. You can do find and replace, and I'm gonna show you what I just did and how excited it makes me that it works. So I think this is gonna be really great. Check this out. But ultimately, the goal here is like we have all these channels, and we don't want to have to assign everything. So what I did is I did a little test. I just made a test item. I created first and second item. First one has 2 states, in case it was different somehow when it started listing more than 2. And one has 3 states. So there you go. I got 2 and 3. An example with 2 items and 3. And this is just a multi-reference field that I added to this, and then added a couple states from the states right here. So it just has a few states, which I just auto-populated. And that's it. So I took that, exported it as a CSV. Oh, excuse me, as a CSV. And then that CSV looks like this, okay? So, and I was just trying to figure out the difference of like how does it look? And the biggest thing you see here is Alaska, okay, and then a semicolon and a space in Arizona. So we need to make that happen without having to do a whole lot of extra work. So let's put this to the side over here. We're gonna make it look like this. But right now it looks like this. So that's not great. But what I found out is we could just do this. Find and replace. Check this out. I'm going to take, my first thought was here, start with this, because this seems to be different, or seems to be consistent, and probably there's no channel name necessarily that has an apostrophe and a comma, right? Like looking at this. So look at your data and find what's different about it. But I'm going to take these, and then if you go over here to view, the top left, show find and replace, pops up this little guy where you can then type in what you want to change. Okay, oops, that's not it. There. And we're going to replace it with a semicolon, right? Sweet. Yeah, I mean, I think it's so look, let's take a look at our data here. Whoa, that's a little much. But look, it's doing it. It's fixing it on all these, and also on the state field and the package field. So now I'll be able to import it, and it'll add all these as well. So that's going to be great. Let's go ahead and just do replace all. Boom. So now we got our semicolon. Okay. So now we got to get rid of this little guy. So I'm going to say get out of here. We don't want that. Copy. Paste, and replace this with nothing. Okay, so to do that, you just backspace, make sure there's nothing, and it'll replace it with nothing. It'll delete anything that is currently that. So that's what we want to do, replace all. And we got the last part, which is just the opposite. That and that, so that's going to take care of that, replace all. Now it's already looking so much better. What we do still have is apostrophe before the last word here. I happen to notice that like none of these names had an apostrophe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take every apostrophe, I'm going to say copy. We'll just apostrophe, okay. And then replace it as well, and say replace all. And then now look, it's all there. I still have my space. I could have, if you needed a space, you could have just deleted the apostrophe and replaced it with a space. But no, that's it. That's it. So now it's all lined up and ready to go. And I don't think there's any other weird characters to mention. I don't really know. I haven't done this this is the first time doing this, but look, they're all separated just fine. So now, since they're all the same, they should import find and create an item for this, an item for this, an item for this, and this, and this, and this. Channel name, packages, map to existing packages. Okay. So look at that. It did it. It separated it appropriately. Look at that. So it just found that. It's going to create one for packages, inside packages. Awesome. And the following items do not exist in packages. The following items do not exist in states. Okay, good. So yeah, it's associating the 2 with each field. Awesome. It says they're not already there. Okay, good. That's looking good. Now if that's a state, okay, good. Channel number 109. Okay. So this looks like it's set up good. Let's see. I'm really just hoping that it adds the states and the packages appropriately. That's going to be really cool. So come on. 226 and 229. Close. All right. So what do we got in here now? Okay. So nothing in here. Interesting. I thought it was going to populate that. States. Okay, well, if it didn't do the states, what we can do now is listed out all the TP packages. And so I took these and I just copied them into a into like its own document here. And if you open it and you copy it by like clicking up here, and you paste it all, it'll literally add them all into each file instead of if you do it in one field, it'll like stick it all in one field. So you just click on this, paste, and then I went ahead and like changed the font of this to make, and then I think I had to do like it added one of them to here. So I just created a new row down below, made a blank one, and then moved it down to here, like copy and paste. So then I basically just took all the packages, made it that's all it is, and then I imported that into packages. Excuse me, okay. Into packages, I just imported that CSV, that I export that as a CSV and upload it to packages. And in states was only 2 items, so I typed them in. And now look, I go back to channels and I re-upload everything that I had on my original document, which was like, remember this channels complete one here? Where I had all the packages listed, all the states and everything associated with each name of the channel and the number. So now it's look, it's gonna import them all in. Like it's got the name, go into name, packages, and it shows everything working good. And look, it even pulls it up. Sports and information light. Look, they're all there. It's so great. So now I think it worked. Now I can import these. And it should work just fine. So that's one way that you can take a lot of data and get it formatted right in a CSV or in a Word document or Excel, whatever it is. You can get it formatted right so that you can upload it to Webflow and not have to type in every single one of them. Oh, look, and they all imported this time as opposed to just some of them. So that's great.